All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Katrina Off Script. I'm Katrina. This is my weekly vlog. We are once again coming from outside. I am walking today. I'm actually heading to the library, which is right in my neighborhood. I can literally walk to from my apartment. It's less than 5 minute walk. Um, so yeah, we're gonna film some stuff there. I'm probably not gonna do any voiceover stuff there though, and then I'll edit it later and put it into the video. But that's what I'm up to today. It is Wednesday. There's someone's dog barking in the background. Whatever. It is Wednesday, May 13th. I never know dates. I'm gonna be so honest with y'all. Dates are something I just don't remember half the time. But it is Wednesday. We are now 5 weeks post-op. I have my second post-op appointment on Monday, this coming Monday, and then I return to work on next Saturday. Like, I literally will be back to work very, very soon. I'm honestly very excited. I think I'm gonna go visit some of my coworkers maybe later this week, in the evening at some point, because most of the people I like work. So I'll probably go visit them at some point too. Let's go say hi. Since a lot of them haven't seen me since my last day of work, so I may pop in there and just kind of go say hi and stuff. So we'll see. I'll probably film that. Um, this past week, I really haven't done a whole lot. I've mostly been at home. I'm still also looking for work from home jobs because I do eventually want to work from home. I am also leaning into some other side hustle things that I'm trying to figure out setting up. So if you have any advice for that, please feel free to share it. I'm looking at doing like virtual assisting. I am very good at, helping people with stuff like that, emails. I don't mind answering people's emails and organizing for them in that kind of way. So anything like that, virtual assistant, I don't know. Looking at also UGC, user generated content, that's how you say it. I'm trying to figure that out too. So we'll see what happens in the next, month or so. Um, but yeah, so I'll film a little bit in the library and I'll add that in, and then I'll check in with you guys later. Okay, bye. Okay, so I am in the library now. I am in the YA section. I do tend to read a lot of YA, just because, I don't know, I'm more drawn to it, I guess. But we're going to kind of grab some books, and I'm going to tell you just a yes, no, with no context, whether or not I recommend the book based on books that I've actually read. Um, Mostly they're probably going to be yes, but there's some that I've read that are a no for me. Um, so let's start with obvious choice. Throne of Glass. Yes. Read the series. It's great. Let's see what else we have over here. I think I don't remember. Oh my gosh. I remember this series. I haven't read this in a really long time, but I remember reading this. It's probably one of my first real fantasy books. So definitely highly recommend reading. Look at me skipping from what I said. This series right here. Absolute yes. Absolute yes. Read it. Amazing. Especially if you're looking for fantasy, just pure fantasy. Please read it. Absolutely love it. What else we have over here? I'm just looking because I don't know. So yeah, we're just gonna do more like just random recommendations. They have Crown Tide. I didn't see the other books, but this Light Luck series by Alex Laster, I absolutely adore. Amazing series, so definitely recommend that one. I still come to the library and see what they have, because sometimes I find books I haven't read in a long time that maybe I want to reread, that aren't available as ebooks. I tend to do a lot of ebooks, honestly. Um, so definitely say do that. But I love their setup in here. It's a small space, honestly. Um, it's not a really big space for young adults. Other libraries I've been to do have larger sections. It depends on the books, or on the library, I should say. Ooh, they have the Twisted Tales series, which is like all um, fairy tales, like Disney versions of the fairy tales, though. And then they rewrote them. I personally have only read As Old as Time, which is Beauty and the Beast. I've read Once Upon a Dream, which is Sleeping Beauty. What else have I read? I've read Reflection. That one's Mulan. I've read So This Is Love, which is Cinderella. I read A Whole New World, which is the one on the end there. That one is Aladdin. I haven't read any of the other ones really. I started Conceal Don't Feel, which is Frozen, but couldn't really get into it. So I may go back to it at some point. I may revisit it as an audiobook eventually. I just haven't been in that mood. I'm definitely a mood and vibes reader. So sometimes I might start a book thinking, oh, I really want to read it, and then I will immediately switch up because that's not what I want at the moment. Sometimes I want, you know, fun fairy tale stuff. Sometimes I want more dark stuff. Sometimes I want romance. Sometimes I want fantasy. Like, it really just depends on my mood and what I want to read. So there is that. What else is there? Ooh. So Sarah J. Maas also wrote some other books. DC Icons. Catwoman Soul Stealer is really good. I have read it. Highly recommend. So let's see what else we have in here, because I'm sure there's more books that I haven't read or that I have read. So let's keep looking. See, Kingdom Keepers. I never read Kingdom Keepers, so I can't give you recommendations on that one if I read it, but I've heard it's good. Ooh, Confessions of a Murder Suspect. This is James Patterson. I really enjoyed this series as well. And like I said, a lot of stuff, a lot of randomness. I'm probably gonna move sections though and go to the regular like fiction, because I know there's a lot over there too. But I do like to see what's over here. I know it's in alphabetical order. So fun fact about me growing up, when I was in elementary school and middle school, I worked in my school's libraries as a library assistant. I did that from the time I was in, I was like third grade, maybe second or third grade, some area. I did that from that time until I left middle school, or I guess junior high technically, because I didn't go to middle school, I went to junior high school. So my school went from 7th to 9th grade. So yeah, so I'm pretty well versed in the library and how it's arranged. It's how I actually arrange my house. My personal library books are, and my personal books are set in like an alphabetical order situation. So there's that. Let's see. This is on my book list to read. Children of Virtue and Vengeance, like that whole series. I just haven't gotten to it yet. It hasn't pulled me yet. It hasn't done that. I need to read this yet. And I know that sounds odd, but at some point I will read it. We'll see. Let's see. I did read like this series. I started the series, but I couldn't get into it. Victoria Aveyard. Oh, there's Light Lark. The first book. Ooh, The Inheritance Games. This was also really fun to read. I definitely recommend it. I enjoyed it a lot. I haven't read all of it. I know there's more books. I've only read like the first 4, I think, but definitely recommend that too. What else? Ooh, Josephine Angelini. Yes. So I've read one of her other series before, and I really enjoyed it. And this was also really good too. Nice, like, it's definitely fantasy, but it also has some real world vibes. I wouldn't necessarily completely urban fantasy, but I really enjoyed her books as well. Let's see. Ooh, what is this? Oh, Sky Without Stars. I've never seen this before. Or maybe I have and I just don't remember. This sounds really good, but I don't know that I will read it. If you have read it, let me know, because I definitely want to check it out. I'll add it to my never-ending book list. My fellow readers out there, how many of you have a never-ending book list that you keep adding books to that you know you'll never finish in your lifetime? Right? Like, I'm 41 years old and I have so many books on my list. Ooh, this is another really good series, Girl of Fire and Thorns. This girl is like a chosen one, and she has to do like the whole prophecy thing, to marry someone, and there's a whole like war situation going on. It's honestly really good. I really enjoy it. So definitely recommend it. I will say I'm not the best at giving reviews because, like I said, I read off of vibes and emotions, and if the book made me feel something, then it's a great read for me. Even if it made me angry sometimes, it might still be a good read. Just depends. Oh, I think, yes. So people talk about this author a lot. Star Touch Queen is also really good. I want to say it's like a take on like mythology. I can't remember which world though. Yeah, it's Indian folklore and mythology. You probably can't read that because of the glare, but it's really, really good. I enjoyed it. I believe it's 2 books. The duology, complete, obviously, but I really enjoyed that series as well. All right. So I have switched sections. My mic battery died, so if the audio is low, that's why. I am in the more adult fiction area, so we'll see what I find over here. I may just do voiceover later, just because I don't want to disturb people that are working and stuff. Because I know people come to the library and work sometimes as well, so I'm not really mad at that. And this is a very small library, so not a whole lot you can do here with being like loud and stuff. So yeah, we'll see what we find though. Okay, y'all, I had to find a quiet spot in the library. I did find a couple books that drew my eye. So we have The Faraway Inn by Sarah Beth Durst, and also look at that. That is gorgeous. But I'm probably gonna look all these up as ebooks just because I just like, I do like reading physical books, but I don't know if I want to carry these home. It doesn't look like it's gonna rain outside, so I don't want them to get wet and then bring a big enough bag. But yeah, so there's that. And then we got there's a Soul of Shadows, or Soul of Shadow, I should say, and it has purple. It's purple, but it's still pretty cool. And then we have The Swan's Daughter by Roshani Chowsky. I have read some of her other books before, and I absolutely love her, so I'm definitely going to end up reading this book for sure. And look at those edges. Like, they're like kind of sparkly. It's kind of hard to tell on the camera. Oh, there's a better. You can see that like sparkliness. So those are YA. And then I found this one, A Crown of Ivy and Glass by Claire Legrand. I know she wrote Furyborn, which I'm pretty sure is YA. I think it's YA at least. And I started it but never finished it, but I think this one sounds really interesting, so I think I'm going to end up checking this one out for sure. And then I found, let's these two, which I'm going to put next to each other because they are together. So the last one, The Cruel Dawn, they by Rachel Housel Hall. I think I said that right. And they sound also really, really interesting. And the edging on these is also really pretty. And they like or switch colors. Like this one is black and then red, and then this one's red but black. So I think that's really cool. So yeah, I'm gonna look these up though on the ebook site. Oh my gosh, look at the inside. Oh, that's so pretty. So I'm gonna look these up and see if I can find them on their website and probably check them out. All right, guys, so I'm done in the library. I ended up checking out The Swan's Daughter. It sounded the most interesting out of all of them. And then the rest I am going to look up online as ebooks because, like I said, I don't really do a lot of book checkouts. So I know I'm not going to read them all in the time frame given usually, and I don't want to have to worry about renewing. The library I go to typically only gives you about 2 weeks to check out time. So I know I'm not going to read all the books in 2 weeks. I mean, I could, but I'm probably not going to. Now there is another library close to me. I'm actually going to switch cameras. Hold on. There are cars. So there is another library that I can get to, but I have to drive. It's not within walking distance. But it's part of a separate library system. So as I mentioned before, where I live, there are multiple different counties and stuff. So I live in Lake County, and I do have a library card for Orange County Library as well. So I can always go to one of their libraries, check out books, and they typically do 3 weeks versus 2. But I tend to just do ebooks from them as well. So, yeah.
Like, I cannot.
Alright, so this week has been pretty uneventful for me, honestly. Like I said, mostly just been at home, tried to do some Twitch streaming, but Twitch kept crashing on me. So I am actively working to get a webcam that I can hook up to my laptop and try to film that way because I think that'll be a lot better. So we'll see. Hopefully I can get it this week. Probably can try to order it soon. What else? Obviously prepping to go back to work. That's going to be hard to do. Trying to cars because I'm walking outside obviously, but trying to prep myself for mentally and physically to go back to work. Hardest part is my sleep schedule. My sleep schedule is so out of whack now, just because I don't have to be up early, so I'm not getting up early or anything like that. And while normally my work schedule, I really I would say average work schedule, I don't have to get up early. I can't say I have a set work schedule at all because I don't. But in general, I typically don't work earlier than 11, 12 o'clock. So I don't have to get up super early really, but I do need to start training my body to get up and stay up. That's been the biggest thing. Because I'm waking up, but then I'm just laying around, I'm not doing anything. So I think for the rest of this week, probably starting tomorrow, I'm going to probably try to start getting up around 9 and staying up and just try to do stuff. I don't know what, but I'm going to do something. If it's just getting out of bed, sitting at my desk and doing something else. I did play around with my sewing machine. So I did do that. I didn't film any of it, but I did get my sewing machine to work and did a little bit of sewing. So I may start doing some of that too. Like I said, I may try to sew, but I also don't want to disturb my roommate just because he does work, and his work schedule, while he doesn't go to work super early in the morning, he does sometimes work overnights. So he's working really, really late. And so I want to make sure he can sleep too. Try to be respectful of him because he does the same for me. So, that's the whole thing. But I don't think he'll mind too much. He's probably happy that I'm playing with my sewing machine because he's the one who brought me the sewing machine as a Christmas present years ago. We had gotten one machine and it started acting up really bad, and then I found this one and I thought it was a lot better. So I ended up getting this one, and then I never touched it for a while. So trying to get back into it. So I may film some of that this week and post it to my Instagram and then make it part of the vlog for the week later. But we'll see what happens there. So yeah, we're gonna continue walking just because the weather seems to have cleared up a bit, but the sun's trying to come back out and I don't like it, and it's hot. So but it's also really windy, and while over here, there's like sun, there's clouds over there. So who knows what the weather's gonna do, right? This is Florida. Um, so yeah, but we're gonna go over by the water because I always go over there and I always try to see if I see the gators. The other day I saw all three of them on my walk. I did film it, I just never posted it. So I'll probably edit that together and post that as like a short with all three gators. One of them was fully out of the water, like he was just on a little like sandy area. They can't really call it a beach, but I don't know what it's called. So, but yeah, he was just kind of out there on the water, or on the edge of the water. One was usually at the edge where they usually are, just kind of peeking his little head out, and then the third was just kind of floating in the water. He kept kind of going underwater for a little bit and coming back up, but so yeah. Let's go see what we got going on over here. I'm probably gonna go home and make myself something to eat because I didn't really eat much before I left the house. Just had like a little snack. I wasn't really hungry. But I'm getting hungry now. Probably because I'm out walking around doing stuff. So yeah, let's go. Just see if our gator friends are out. I know the volume for me is kind of low. My mic died while I was in the library, so I do also need to get a new mic to film with. I do have another mic that I can use, but it's a plug-in mic, and I don't necessarily like it as much. And I wish I could use my earbuds because they have a mic on them too. But we'll see how the quality of this comes out, and if anything, I will voice over it. So you might see me talking and my mouth might not match up to the voiceover, but that's fine. I don't really care about that. Or I may not use any of the walking clips at all. We'll see. But we're gonna go see if we see the gator. So I'll be back in a bit. Alright, so pretty sure that's one of the gators right there, kind of floating in the water. I don't want to zoom in too much because when I do zoom in further, my camera shakes a lot, and I don't want to put that in the video. So, yeah, pretty sure that's one of the gators. Like I said before, I'm pretty sure there's 3. There might be more. I've only seen 3 total, but it could definitely be more in the water. This is a very large lake, so who knows how many are actually in here. Alright y'all, so that is all for today's vlog. I am back at home now. I had me some lunch, did a couple job applications again, did some research on some stuff. I am working on my plans for my next couple of Instagram reels, and those will probably also become YouTube shorts, honestly. So I'm probably gonna start posting those too, just to kind of get some more things going. And then I do have a Facebook page that I'm posting to as well, so a lot of those Instagram things will also go there. So you can find me instead on Instagram as Katrina Oscript. My Facebook page is Katrina OS right now. I do want it to be the same as everything else, but it wouldn't let me, so we'll figure that out later. So yeah, so that is all for this week. I will 100% be back with you guys next Wednesday. Probably have a lot more going on this week. Probably I'm gonna try to do a lot of stuff just to keep myself busy. So until next time, thank you for watching. Bye.